Alright people, so this is going to be a quick review of this absolute beauty sat behind me here. 2020 Trek Remedy 8 in an XL, ridden it a couple of times. So yeah, let's review it. Boom! Right, so as I said, quick review. Ridden this beauty now a couple of times, pretty much got it dialed in. This is an XL, as I said. I am 6'3", going on 6'4". I think I've got suspension how I want it, running it pretty hard. You can go online on RockShox or the Trek website and it will tell you how to set your suspension up. What I actually did is put in the appropriate PSI and then set my rebound there on the sort of middle setting, counted the amount of clicks, did the same front and back, and then I slowly dialed it in as I rode, and it seemed to work an absolute treat. I've got it, as I say, I've got it set up pretty hard, so it's great for those bigger hits. I've sort of had hardtails in the past, so yeah, I'm running my rear shock really hard. This bike though, straight away, I've noticed it is super playful. Even though this is an XL, it feels slightly smaller than I expected, which is a good thing. It feels like a bike that you can kind of chuck around. Now, I haven't got the luxury of owning two bikes. So when I went shopping for a bike, I was looking for enduro or trail bikes, a bit of a do-it-all bike. And this is why I came to the Trek Remedy. The best thing about this bike, and this sounds really strange, is that it doesn't excel at anything. It's not the best climber, it's not the best at going downhill, it's not the best on the flat, and it's not the quickest. Now I know you're thinking, well, that's strange. But what it does do well is do everything with it like pretty well, if that makes sense. It is possibly the best all-rounder. That is its strong point. So I've only been out on it a couple of times, but it's been great fun. And one thing I was really surprised at is just how well I could climb on it. As I said, I'm running the rear shock quite stiff, but I got hardly any rear end bob on this whatsoever, and it actually climbed really well. Obviously, the SRAM 1x12 helps that a great deal. I had the dropper almost right up, because I think it's a 150 drop on this. As you can see, it sits quite high anyway. And I found I could just power up the hills on this thing. So, yeah, I was really impressed with that. The conditions I was riding in were quite sloppy and quite muddy. I think any tyre would have struggled. But from what I can gather, these tyres, which are Bontrager's, 2.6 wide, any other conditions apart from being ultra sloppy, I think these tyres are going to actually be pretty much an all-rounder. I could see me pretty much running them all year. I might buy a Maxxis Minion for the front. I'm going to ride it a few more times and then decide. But realistically, I'm pretty happy with the tyres. So I'm happy with the tyres. I like the way suspension handles, but then I did, as I say, take a while to set it up. The weight of the bike's quite nice. It's actually lighter than I was expecting. The only one thing I would say so far that's let it down is that culprit right there. The seat is rock hard. So that's the only thing currently I'm going to change, pretty quickly. Apart from that, yeah, I'm really happy with it. I wasn't expecting it to be as playful as what it is. So if you want a bike that is a bit of an all-rounder and you say, especially if you're looking to buy one bike, I would strongly recommend these. I was looking at nuke-proof bikes as well. Looked at a Mega, looked at a Reactor, but then the package on this, like the spec I was getting, the design of the frame, I could buy it locally, I could get it serviced locally through like an actual shop that stocks Trek. Able to sit on it and actually go and see it. I settled on this, and I preferred a couple of the measurements within the geometry. So this is why I settled for this, and I bought it for £2,700 basically. Don't know what that is in dollars, so sorry about that, but I'm sure you can just go and Google that. And yeah, really happy with it. If you look at my other videos, I'll give a quick rundown on what it's running. So it comes with 820 bars. I've shot them down to 780. I've left the headset spaces on, although I might lower the stem. I'm not decided yet, because at the minute I'm quite happy with how it is. All the green bits are, well, the green pedals and the green grips are nuke proof. Obviously got the green RockShox fender on there, as I said in another video. That's more because I run a chest mounted GoPro and it just stops a bit flicking up into the GoPro. It's all SRAM componentry at the back. I tell you what, the gears I'm really blown away with as well. They're nice and smooth. You know, click across really quickly and efficiently. Don't have any issues with them whatsoever. SRAM brakes. They started off a bit spongy and they weren't, you know, I expected them to be better. And then as I went on my second ride on this bike, I noticed they were biting a lot more, so perhaps they just needed time to be worn in, basically. But the brakes are actually pretty good. And yeah, here's just a quick look around the bike. So as I said, overall, really happy with it. It's a great all-round bike. Doesn't particularly excel in any one area. It just does that one thing really well of being an all-rounder. And the only one thing I can really say at the minute is the seat lets it down, but that's, you know, that's nothing major. The only one thing other people might be a bit concerned about is obviously these Treks have a knock block system, and what this basically means is when you pull the bars around, they won't hit the frame, and the top of the fork won't hit the frame, but it does also have really good frame protection. I mean, I don't find this knock block system an issue, so it doesn't really spoil the bike in my opinion at all. I'd highly recommend it. The only other thing I'd say is go online, do your research, and yeah, brilliant bike, well worth the money. I've got a lot of riding footage coming up, obviously on this. So if you could follow my channel, give me a like, much appreciated, and then hopefully I'll progress over the next few months. Cheers, people. Have a good one.